Good afternoon. It's Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. That's 3/5/2025. So for March 5th, we've got 3/5. There's no way to miss this powerful manifestation energy happening. I'm really feeling wild card type energy. Just full of chaos that's ready to be harnessed. It really is an abundance of energy that could go either way, depending on how you manage your emotions. How you reconcile your intuition to your emotions today is going to be extremely important. And the last month of February was packed full of lessons for us to slow down a bit before reacting to the many things that were manufactured for us to react to in order to distract us away from this agenda to separate us away from our own authenticity, to separate us away from our own identity in order to confuse us into adopting a fake energy that was inferior to our own, the energy that we came here with. We were made aware of an agenda to separate us away from our own inherent power, confusion tactics to create opportunities for those who are resonating with a lower energy to siphon this energy from you, separate you from your own energy, to try to replace your energy with their energy that they were attempting to project onto you in order to swap destinies with you. There's no way to miss the power of this energy today. This Wednesday energy, it's a very quick, chaotic, spontaneous, wild card type energy that could go either way, depending on how well you manage your emotions and reconcile your emotions against your gut feeling. We've had so much practice in this last month of February to not just blindly react to everything that we feel, everything that we see, these circumstances and situations that were designed, situations that were socially engineered to get us to act out of our character, separating us away from our own authenticity so that we would not receive the inheritance. Us receiving that inheritance depends on us reflecting, emanating, embodying that energy. In order to receive that divine inheritance, we must be embodying the energy that we came here with. That seed that was planted in us at birth, that is now emerging. I'm seeing the story of the weeds and the wheat. Now that the star seeds are emerging, the star seeds are awakening. That seed that was planted inside them, that eventually would emerge from the soil, and it would become apparent first by the flowers and then by the fruits. You can feel the energy. Today, we are all receiving a clarification on our purpose, the next steps to take. Don't be alarmed. Don't be distracted, alarmed. Don't be taken by surprise by the events that you see happening around you today and tomorrow. Follow the plan. Follow the plan. We are now receiving downloads, and we are going to be receiving more downloads that contain clarification on our purpose, the actions to take, building instructions, blueprints. Your job is to keep being you. Don't let anyone tell you who you are. You don't need to wait for further instructions. I hear God saying you do not need to wait for anyone to give you instructions, tell you what to do or not to do. I am providing you with the instructions. Right now, it's so important to keep yourself pure. Drink lots of water, get fresh air, eat good food. It's important that you enjoy yourself and enjoy your food. This third month is going to really emphasize creation, communicating your art. This art is going to be the emotions, all of your emotions, every emotion that you feel. Channeling the positive, happy, loving emotions into art. Channeling the sad, lonely, sentimental, grief, pain, channeling all of it into art. The trick for this month is going to be allowing all of your emotions to flow through into art. And this art can be in the form of movement, such as dance. It can be in the form of touch, such as the healing arts, healing, massage. I'm seeing like very flowy type cursive calligraphy, art, writing, especially the literary arts, such as poetry, short stories, essays. I'm hearing that it's time for you to talk about your experiences, talk about your feelings. I know you feel like no one wants to hear your story. We all want to hear it. We want to hear your story. We want to know what happened to you. We want to know how you got through it, what you learned, how you're getting through it now even. It's time to talk about your feelings. You just need to know that there are others who are going through what you're going through. You need to know how other people navigated through what you're going through. Not allowing these feelings to flow through your body into art or some way that you can channel this energy into something that you can look at and appreciate, so that you can see that there is beauty even in the flaws. Those flaws make you beautiful. And it's how you reconcile your shadows into the light that make you even beautiful. It makes you real. It increases your capacity to love. It also increases your capacity to learn higher insights. Higher insights. Anything that feels dissonant, if you feel resistance, there's an opportunity for you to reconcile whatever it is, any limiting beliefs that you have. Take a moment to get past the fact that they stop you right there. Any limiting beliefs that you have, take an opportunity to ask yourself why you believe it. Who told you that? Who told them that? How do they know? How do you know? Is this something that you know, or is it something that you were told? How do you feel about it? How do you feel about what you believe? And how do you feel about what you know? What do you believe and what do you know? Why do you believe it? And how do you know it? What is the purpose of this knowledge? What is the purpose of this belief? What are you going to build out of what you know? How does it make your life better? Is there anything that you can do with this knowledge or belief? That can help someone else who's going through or went through what you're going through or went through? How did you deal with your neighbors that bullied you? How did you deal with that boss? How did you deal with the person that you thought was your best friend who betrayed you? How did you learn that you were actually lovable? What makes you lovable? There's a lot happening right now. Don't be afraid about the intensity of what's going on right now. This is the way that it's supposed to happen. This is the way that it is supposed to happen. Try not to be overwhelmed by the intensity of the chaos around us. It's manufactured to throw you off of your stability, to throw you off of those solid foundations, to shake you away from the knowledge of who you are. Your strength is there and they know it. Make sure that you know it. There's a difference between knowledge and belief. If you believe something, ask yourself why you believe it. All this chaos that's going on right now, this is the perfect energy for finishing what you've got to build. We've got some major wild card energy going on right now. This is chaos that can be harnessed. There's a lot of chaos going on right now. There's a lot of emotion flying around. A lot of energies, especially negative, chaotic, fearful, angry energies to be transmuted into useful things. Useful feelings and actions and manifestations. miraculous healings. Miraculous healings are going to be taking place in the midst of all this chaos and confusion. As you reconcile all of this division, separation, duality, you're going to notice that your perspective is lifted. And as you rise above all of this chaos, right now everything looks so scary because you're looking right at it. Imagine if you were looking at a washing machine and it's agitating. The agitator's agitating the water and you see the clothes tumbling in the washing machine. It looks like a really choppy sea in there with clothes flying around, all these colors flying around in there. You've got anger, confusion, hysteria, jealousy, envy. But there's still some love and hope and optimism scattered in there. There is order within the chaos. But how you find this order, in order to see this order within the chaos, you must be able to reconcile all of these divisions. All this division and separation, it only exists to give us context. As human beings, we need context in order to understand our world. But once we understand, we don't need the divisions anymore. The divisions are there just to help us understand. I'm thinking of like in your math class or your algebra class, when you're working out really complicated problems, or when you're working out a problem for the test. And these tests are designed to test your knowledge, to make sure that you understand certain concepts. The teacher or the professor needed you to show your work. Showing your work, that would be the equivalent of all of these divisions here. The divisions exist to give us context because nothing means anything without context. It helps us to be able to understand why things are a certain way. It helps us to learn how to think. And it's going to be a little bit different for each one of us. So once you figure it out for yourself, that way might not work for the next person. But we all break things down into smaller pieces so that we can compare this piece to that piece and this piece to that piece and understand the relationships of all these parts to the whole, all these parts to each other, to get a full understanding so that we can continue to grow. And this reconciliation of this duality into unity is what gives us a higher perspective on life. And when we get a higher perspective on this washing machine, all this chaos that we see in this washing machine with all these different emotions swirling around, dirt, loose dirt in the washing machine, dirty water in the washing machine swirling around. I'm seeing the water drain out, and now there's new water coming in, and the rent cycle here, and things are starting to get clear. So seeing the water drain out of the washing machine, I'm seeing the spin cycle, like really spinning out all that dirty water out of the clothes, and then seeing the washing machine fill up with clean water. and then the agitator comes back on again, and you can really see things clearer. The clothes can really come clean now that you've actually gotten all the dirt out and gotten it out of the washing machine. This has to do with a purging of anything that is not this new vibration now. Now that you've taken the opportunity to use this separation and division to get an understanding. And when there's understanding, there's no fighting. Now it's time for all this to come out in the wash. So now it's time to purge yourself of anything in your life now that is outdated, whether it be where you live or certain things that you were eating, certain things that you were doing, entertainment. And I'm hearing, when you know better, you do better. And that allows you a higher perspective. So when you look down, like getting a really high altitude aerial view of the ocean looking down, it doesn't look quite so chaotic when you look down on the ocean from up high. You can see the waves. You can see the wave patterns. You can see that there's actually some timing there and the chaos. You can see that there's a rhythm there. Once you see that rhythm, it helps you to understand how to harness those waves. And it's the harnessing of this chaos into order, being able to sift through all of this data and organizing it, seeing that there are actually patterns there, sifting through this vast sea of data that we now have. There's data everywhere. And it's so powerful, this ability that you have, this 7 energy of being able to look at what's going on around you and meditate on what you've learned, breaking things down, finding the relationships, ordering things into logical pairs, logical groups, that the things that go together, the things that make sense. I'm hearing, what are your givens here? What are your givens and what are your unknowns? And using a scientific approach. The 7 energy is an energy of finding what you can use here. What can you use in order to move forward? And going from there, I'm seeing you can fine-tune as you go, fine-tuning as you go. There's an urgency right now for you to organize, for you to build, for you to really harness this creativity combined with organization skills to efficiently solve these problems. These problems are changing by the day, and you are going to notice in this higher vibration tapped into your authenticity and also gratitude, it's going to unlock insights. It's going to connect you to the God frequency that will give you the flexibility to solve future problems. You're going to notice that as you are tapped into this authenticity and gratitude, that it's going to lock you into the God frequency, and you will notice that as you design solutions to these problems, these solutions will solve future problems as well. You are going to design solutions with serendipity in mind. Solutions that actually solve future problems. Problems that you might not even realize yet, because you're tapped into the God frequency. You're about to be presented with plenty of opportunities to use your problem-solving mastery to see the value in this duality. Duality is not automatically a bad thing. I'm thinking of polarity. Polarity allows for batteries. As you become more seasoned in your problem-solving abilities, and you begin to master the art of problem solving, you're going to appreciate the power of duality even more. Duality is only a problem if you don't know how to reconcile it into unity. But there is beauty inherent in duality. There's a beauty that is inherent in duality. There's a beauty inherent in duality. There's an elegance in the reconciliation of your intuition to your emotions. There's an elegance in the balance of masculinity and femininity. They're not opposing. They're just different. They're complementary qualities to each other. The message that I've been seeing over and over again as we've come into March is to follow the plan. Follow the plan. It's important that you keep moving. Even if you're not making big moves or taking big steps, it's important that you're moving every day. Move, do something every day. Even if it means that you have to rearrange something, it keeps the energy going. Just keep the energy going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop, because the moment you stop, there's a tendency to second guess yourself. These confusion tactics that are being designed right now to make you feel out of body, to make you question whether or not this is real. When you fully resonate as who you are, who you were sent here to be, there is an authority inherent in you. Again, you don't need to wait for anyone to tell you what to do here. You already know what to do. That pain that you feel when you don't do it, your own body is telling you. I'm feeling a very feminine energy here. It's this feminine energy that I'm feeling of bringing life into the world, bringing your creations into the world. The ability to bring life into the world. You've received your instructions, you've received all the resources, and you have the authority. All these building blocks that you have right now, this chaos, this chaotic energy all over the place right now, all of these random energetic events that are happening right now, these confusion tactics, interference thrown your way, it's all raw energy. It's raw data. It's atmospheric data. And you can rise above it as you rise above all of this raw, random atmospheric data, this distraction and noise, confusion, all of it. As you rise above it, you'll begin to see the pattern underneath it, you'll begin to see the agendas behind this confusion, all of this seemingly random movement. It all has a pattern. And once you see the pattern, you can work around it or even use it to your advantage. You can use these circumstances and situations that would have stopped you in the past. You are going to realize that they have pushed you further, faster towards your destination. Remember, you don't have to answer everyone who calls you. You don't have to look at everyone who tries to grab your attention. All of the energy inherent in you, it's precious. And anything that's going on, external chaos, this energy inside of you, this problem-solving ability, this ability to see beyond the veil, this ability to reconcile duality into unity, this ability to appreciate. Remember that the answer to the pain is in the pain. So take a moment to allow yourself to feel this, anything that's painful, this pain or discomfort, confusion, just like all of the other emotions, to channel through into something useful, to transmute into something useful. This pain is also useful as well. Allow it to channel through your body. Write about it, sing about it, dance about it. Build something that can help other people who are going through this pain. There's so many ways to help right now. There's so much you can do to help right now. But before you can help anyone else, you need to help yourself. There are people competing to get your energy right now. They're trying so hard. Because it's valuable. But it's yours, though. Ask God for protection. Ask God to completely cover you with his impenetrable shield of protection. Ask God for inspiration to solve any dilemma that comes your way. Ask God to help you reconcile any shadows that you have into the light. And as you do that, you're going to notice that you're going to have newer, higher perspectives. Each new creation is going to build on the last. Each new creation is going to fill an even higher purpose. Because with each new creation is going to be built from an even higher perspective. You're going to see things, understand things, and feel things in ways that you've never seen, understand, or felt before. Allow yourself to see and understand things through the lens of your authenticity. You can't build something unique, that unique thing that you came here to do, to build, whatever it is that you came here to do. The blueprints to this new world are inside of you. Right now, with so much going on in the world, it's so easy for you to feel like you are powerless. Soon you will understand how they siphoned your energy. to create these terrible structures, organizations, and initiatives just so that they could use it against you. Soon you will understand that the moment you call your power back to you, these structures that they built from your power will crumble. The moment you command your power back to you, anything they built using your energy, it won't have legs to stand on. Anything they've done with your energy, anything that they've built, created, set in place using your energy, made from your energy, it's your energy. The moment you call it back to you, just watch what happens.